Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Bill makes the Luna decision, Carter makes the Forrester changes, and Remy loses it. According to the Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for the week of December 30th to January 3rd, Remy Price appears to be on the verge of losing control of his obsession. Remy might go to extreme lengths to maintain her in his life if Electra Forrester learns of his obsession. Remy may feel that holding her captive is his only choice since Electra will turn against him once she learns more about how insane he is. Will Spencer be concerned that something has happened to Electra if she disappears? It's simple to picture Remy texting Will to give the impression that Electra fled the area in desperation following her termination. Will might decide that Remy is the primary suspect in Electra's abduction since he believes there is more to the story. According to other B&B spoilers, Bill Spencer will consider his options about Luna Nozawa and the danger to her safety while incarcerated. Bill may be concerned about Luna's ability to endure her incarceration after witnessing the aftermath of an attack on her. Naturally, Luna might have planned for this result when she incited the attack. Even though Luna may be using manipulation, Bill will undoubtedly be emotionally impacted by this and may decide to seek legal counsel from Justin Barber as a result. Will Bill devise a strategy to release Luna or, at the very least, arrange for her to be moved to a mental health center for treatment? At this point, it's unlikely that Luna can actually change her life, but Bill might begin to think it is. It appears that Fanny Grayson's new perfume line will receive his approval from Carter Walton. As Carter proceeds with Forrester's expansion and worldwide conglomerate goals, I hope Logan will be there to support him. Will Brooke Logan follow through on her intention to eventually return control to Ridge and Steffy Forrester? Brooke is determined to turn her life with Ridge around, even though she discovered Taylor Hayes wearing Ridge's shirt at the Forrester estate. However, Brooke's objectives can alter based on how Ridge and Taylor's relationship develops going forward. In any event, Zend Forrester Dominguez will continue to be in a difficult situation because he is aware of Brooke's plan to retake Forrester authority over Steffy and Ridge. Will Zend eventually tell Ridge, Steffy, or Eric Forrester the secret? According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, there will be some challenging circumstances during the week of December 30th to January 3rd, so we'll provide more predictions about all the great news that lies ahead. Electra is terrified and has the shock of her life. According to teasers for Thursday, December 26, 2024's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, Electra will discover some unpleasant realities during a spooky day in Los Angeles. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Will Forrester stands up for his girl. Will Spencer is upset that Electra Forrester was sacked by the new Logan administration at Forrester before the ink on Carter Walton and Hope Logan's coup plot LLC documents was even dry, out of fear of controversy. They seem to have forgotten that the show is now run by the scandal queen, Brooke Logan. Does Hope really have such a deep longing for purity? When Katie Logan saw those pictures of Electra, she was so horrified that she felt compelled to fire the poor child instead of simply speaking with her and learning the truth. Will criticizes his mother for making a snap choice that can perhaps lead to a lawsuit against Forrester. Read more, spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Will Brooke keep her word? Forrester's return is under investigation. It appears that a Logan ruling has already caused criticism from a number of sources. If the Logans get out of hand, Will may even lead the Forrester Creations ship and work for his father at Spencer Publications. Will Katie accept her son's logic? She is aware that he makes sense, but they must consider what is best for the company. Electra Forrester won't know what hit her, according to B&B spoilers. Meanwhile, Electra will soon find out how she ended here in this situation. She genuinely thought Remy Price was a friend of hers and entirely innocent. Will had suspicions about the man from the first time he met him, but Electra maintained that he had been her longtime friend and that she had complete faith in him. She never thought he would be the total antithesis of who he appeared to be. Remy has been acting strangely lately, and Electra wonders what might be going on. She finally receives her response when she sees where Remy has been residing. Digitally enhanced pictures of her are all over the place, and it's obvious that Remy has a terrifying obsession with her. How far will Remy go to keep Electra silent now that she knows his secret? Bill's illegal solution to the moral dilemma, Luna's freedom scheme? According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Luna Nozawa is using a variety of tactics in an attempt to win Bill Spencer back. In a sneak peek, Bill is horrified by the terrible facial scars Luna sustained in a jail assault. Bill had previously been cautioned by Luna that he had no idea what life was like behind bars. Luna was obviously sowing seeds in Bill's head. Could Bill use ties to get her out of prison given the horrifying injuries? Let's talk about the likelihood that Bill may later regret that move. B&B spoilers, Luna's freedom scheme, Bill's illegal solution to moral dilemma? Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Luna Nozawa's obsession. According to B&B spoilers, Luna's obsession with Bill persisted even after she was arrested. Despite having already been found guilty, Luna mentioned filing an appeal. Thus, it is evident that Luna is looking for ways to escape from prison, which accounts for all of her correspondence with Bill. Penelope Poppy Nozawa appears to be receiving letters as well. After claiming to need her mother, Luna scolded her in front of Bill. Bill Spencer's confrontation in B&B spoilers. Luna knows it's working now that Bill has come to see her following the third letter. Luna attempted to persuade Bill of their striking similarities during the visit. But Bill assured Luna that he had never killed anyone, and that is accurate. As far as I can recall, Bill has never really taken a life, but he has been very close. Returning to the jail visit, Luna yelled that Bill had no idea what it was like inside as the guard led her away. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, horrible prison injuries. According to previews on The Bold and the Beautiful, Luna will look different when Bill visits her again. Luna's face will be severely battered. Luna has cuts on her face as well. Bill will be horrified at Luna's state. Bill will also want the prison to explain how they allowed that to occur. Luna's idea might actually work. I wouldn't be shocked if Luna started a fight in the prison to gain Bill's pity. Luna may have even struck a bargain with another prisoner. You wouldn't believe what prisoners would do for a single packet of ramen. One package, indeed. Spoilers for B&B, freedom scheme? Bill even has a legal team and strong contacts. Justin Barber used to be Justin's right-hand man and attorney. Bill could definitely ask Justin to pull some strings now that they are pals again. Bill may be informed by Justin that he may need to bribe a judge off or call in some favors. Bill may have told Justin that he doesn't care how it happens as long as it does because he is so incensed over Luna's situation. But that might be a big mistake. Will Bill regret it in his later years? Together with Remy, Luna causes significant chaos and taunts Lisa Yamada. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Lisa Yamada suggests that Luna join forces with Remy Price, Electra Forrester's stalker, to cause chaos among the people of Los Angeles. Will the Spencers and the Forresters face double difficulty as a result of Luna and Remy? A perilous pair is approaching? According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Lisa and Christian got into some trouble at the B&B holiday party. Fans are aware that these two are anything but innocent, of course. Remy is once again pursuing Electra, and Luna has already killed 2 people and tried to kill a third. They performed a lip-sync to Gracie Abrams' song That's So True. As an endgame, Yamada appears to be running for Remy and Luna. It would be nearly insane not to at least give them a chance, given the clear chemistry demonstrated in this little exchange. Imagine the damage these two could cause to Los Angeles and the people they believe have mistreated them. Supervillain power couple in B&B spoilers. Even if it means stalking her, Remy is adamant about winning Electra's love. Remy doesn't seem to understand that stalking doesn't increase someone's feelings for you. Remy's antics have made Electra feel ashamed and utterly scared. Luna, on the other hand, could support him and consent to assist in moving Will Spencer aside. Luna is clearly reaching out to Bill Spencer, but she hasn't convinced him to fall in love with her yet. In the meantime, Luna is still determined to get her hooks into him. If nothing else, Luna might help Remy construct a cage for Electra. Will they band together to achieve their goals? Luna, meanwhile, is incarcerated for the killing she has already committed. Luna gets beaten up and turns to Bill for assistance while everyone else is out having a good time and celebrating with their family. Unfortunately, Luna is playing Bill like a superb violin, and as a result, he is struggling greatly. Nobody is certain of what is going through Luna's mind. However, when it comes to writing Bill and appealing to his sympathy, she appears to know exactly what she is doing. What will Bill and his family ultimately gain from Luna and Remy's relationship? Would Will be caught in the crossfire soon? A Christmas war between Forrester and Logan. Normally, the Logans and Forresters would put their problems aside during the holidays, but this year, tension was evident as soon as the family arrived at the Forrester mansion. Even with its lavish decorations and brilliant lights, the house was unable to conceal the underlying hostility that seemed to be permeating the atmosphere like an unwanted visitor. With its carefully selected decorations, the elaborate Christmas tree stood silently as it watched the impending storm. Ever the patriarch, Eric Forrester had thought the night would heal the divisions in his family. He had devoted days to planning the ideal holiday meal, making sure that every little thing was just right. However, despite Eric's best efforts, the long-simmering animosity between the two families remained unresolved. All of it started out innocently enough. Despite their recent difficulties, Brooke Logan showed up with her kids Hope and Bridget, ready to make her mark in Ridge's life. Their self-assured faces concealed the inner struggle. Steffi, Taylor, and Thomas, meanwhile, showed up with a demeanor of subdued resistance, obviously prepared to protect their Forrester ancestry from what they perceived as the Logans' intrusion. When Hope brought up preparations for Forrester Creations' spring campaign, the tenuous calm of the evening was upended. In passing, Brooke added that he had an idea that would highlight Hope's hallmark line. "We must demonstrate grace and ease of use," Brooke stated in a purposeful tone. After all, Hope for the future is a perfect representation of what Forrester Creations is all about. Steffi squinted her eyes. "With all due respect, Brooke," she said in a composed yet steely voice, "Forrester Creations stands for tradition and legacy, values that began long before Hope's line." Brooke paused his smile. She retorted, "And Hope's line upholds those values. Collaboration, not division, is the reason this company thrives." "Cooperation?" Thomas chimed in, his tone brimming with irony. "Or is this just another takeover by Logan?" Silence descended upon the room, the tension so heavy it was oppressive. Ridge's expression was a mixture of helplessness and frustration as he looked uneasily between Brooke and his kids. He had hoped that the evening would be an opportunity to patch things up, but it was rapidly becoming a battleground. Taylor, who is typically the voice of reason, was unable to remain silent as the discussion veered out of control. She stated strongly that this isn't about a campaign or a line. Respect is at issue here. The Logans have always been accepted into the Forresters' life and business, yet it seems like that kindness is taken for granted. Anger made Brooke's cheeks flush. Considered a given? "Taylor, no one with the Forrester name has done as much for this family and this business as the Logans have. It is not a contest." "Isn't it?" Steffi retorted in a cold tone. "Every time we look around, it seems like another Logan is vying for a piece of the legacy our family has created." As Hope intervened to protect her mother, her voice faltered. She declared, "We're not making any claims. All we want is to be a member of the family. Why must it always be us against you?" Everyone was on edge as a result of the emotional outbursts that echoed throughout the room. For the first time, even Eric, who had been quiet until now, spoke. "Enough," he spoke in an authoritative tone. "This is not a business board meeting, it's Christmas. Instead of splitting up, we should be celebrating as a family." His statements appeared to have the desired effect for a brief moment. The only sound in the room was the crackle of the fireplace, and then there was an uncomfortable silence. However, the tension persisted, with unresolved issues weighing heavily on the atmosphere. It was later in the evening when Brooke and Taylor cornered Ridge. Anger and hurt were seen in Brooke's eyes. "This must end, Ridge," she replied. "I can't continue to argue with your family at every turn. It wears you out." Taylor crossed her arms and stood a few steps away. "Additionally, I cannot continue to have my kids feel the need to defend their position inside their own family. Ridge, this is unfair to everyone." Ridge let out a heavy sigh, trapped between the two women. You're both correct, he acknowledged. However, I have no idea how to resolve this. The rivalries, the history, it's all so intricate. The younger generation, however, was battling its own issues. With low but anxious tones, Hope and Steffi had withdrawn to a more sedate area of the estate. With beseeching eyes, Hope murmured, I don't understand why you can't just let us be part of this family. Why must there always be a fight? Although Steffi's face softened a little, her determination did not waver. Because belonging to the family is never enough, she explained. It's about power and who gets to decide how this business and its legacy develop. Furthermore, it seems to me, Hope, that the Logans are constantly attempting to take more than they give. There were brief moments of intimacy in spite of the strain. Ever the mediator, Bridget was able to establish a rapport with Thomas, who had been drinking and ruminating in the corner. We all want the same thing, she added softly. To be valued and to feel like we belong. Perhaps we could actually make some progress if we concentrated on that rather than who is right and who is wrong. Thomas gave her a contemplative glance, as though her remarks were sowing doubt in his thoughts. After a lengthy silence, he added, perhaps. The family were able to enjoy a few brief moments of tranquility as the evening went on. With their laughing serving as a moving reminder of what really mattered, the kids, Douglas, Beth, and Kelly, gathered around the Christmas tree. Even the elders couldn't help but grin as they watched them, their resentments momentarily eclipsed by the happiness and purity of the younger generation. Eric made a toast at the end of the evening, his voice full of resolve and optimism. He raised his glass and murmured, to family. Even if we may not always agree, we are ultimately stronger as a team than as individuals. As we begin the new year, let's keep that in mind. Reactions to the emotion were divided, but for the time being, it was sufficient. There was a feeling that although the scars were far from being healed, there was yet hope for reconciliation when the Forresters and Logans started to split up. With time and effort, the two families might be able to live together as one rather than as rivals, albeit it wouldn't be simple. Brooke's broken destiny, Electra tricked, and Luna attacked. The atmosphere surrounding Forrester creations had devolved into a tempest of danger, treachery, and secrecy, leading to unanticipated events. The entire Forrester household was left reeling after Luna, the intriguing assistant whose cryptic history had always aroused intrigue, was the target of a vicious attack. Brooke, the perennial romantic, had to confront the heartbreaking thought that her fate with Ridge might perhaps be ruined forever, while Electra, who had always been the consummate manipulator, fell prey to a crafty ruse. It started when Luna made the disastrous choice to face a ghost from her past. Anonymous threats, cryptic notes that alluded to truths she had long since buried, had been coming in for weeks. Luna chose to meet the originator of the messages in a remote area of Los Angeles because she was determined to keep the people she had come to care about at Forrester Creations safe. She was not prepared for an ambush. Luna was attacked by an unidentified attacker in the shadows. She escaped bruised and shook, but the experience left her doubting everything, including her safety, her relationships, and even her position in the Forrester family. The attack's news spread swiftly. Always the leader in emergency situations, Ridge promised to track down the culprit. Many were taken aback by his protectiveness over Luna, but Brooke in particular couldn't help but feel envious. Although Ridge had good intentions, his obsession with Luna further strained his already shaky bond with Brooke. While Luna was recuperating, Electra became entangled in a conspiracy that threatened to destroy her meticulously planned existence. Electra, who was known for always being one step ahead of everyone, was taken by surprise when she was duped by an unexpected person. She was left vulnerable in a way she had never been before by a carefully planned plot, a fake document, and a false confession. For the first time, Electra's cold exterior broke down due to the treachery, exposing a woman who was as much a victim of her ambition as she was of those who wished to undermine her. Brooke, meantime, was battling her own emotional issues. Her unwavering faith in her fate with Ridge had been put to the test numerous times, but this time it felt different. She felt even more alone because of Ridge's increasing worry for Luna and his incapacity to give Brooke his whole attention. She kept thinking about their past, all of its highs and lows, its promises and betrayals. Even Brooke, a lifelong fighter, questioned whether there was anything left to fight for. A heated altercation at the Forrester estate marked the pivotal moment. To talk about Luna's attack and what they needed to do to protect everyone, Ridge had called a family meeting. Brooke became irate as the family discussed the best course of action. "Is this the conclusion we've reached?" Her voice quivered with emotion as she demanded. "Living in terror, watching our backs all the time? For what purpose? To preserve secrets that ought to have remained hidden?" Her remarks resonated with everyone in the room, not just Ridge. The Forrester family was forced to face realities they had long disregarded after the attack on Luna, and Elektra's treachery revealed the weaknesses in their foundation. Ridge made an effort to comfort Brooke, but his remarks were insincere. "We'll overcome this," he remarked in an unconvinced tone. "We always do." Brooke, however, wasn't persuaded. She came to a decision later that evening while standing by herself on the balcony and gazing out at the city lights. She refused to wait for Ridge to make up his mind about a future with her. Her happiness had been linked to a man who was unable to truly commit for far too long. Even if it meant leaving the love she had worked so hard to protect, it was time for her to take back her life. The Forrester and Logan families were having a hard time returning to normal as Christmas drew near. They had been shocked by the attack on Luna, but it had also made them realize what was really important. After being humbled by her experience, Elektra started to appreciate vulnerability and the strength that came from having faith in other people. She made contact with Luna, giving her friendship and assistance. The gesture served as Luna's lifeline and a reminder that she wasn't by herself. For the first time in years, Brooke started concentrating on herself. She gave her all to her family, her career, and her own health. She took comfort in the knowledge that a relationship did not define her value, even though the hurt of her broken destiny with Ridge persisted. In a private moment, she told Hope, "I will always love him. However, I can't continue to lose myself in the process. I'm worthy of better." There were times of introspection and hope during the holiday season. Once a site of conflict, the Forrester estate was transformed into a healing haven. The scars of the recent events were still evident when the family gathered around the Christmas tree, but so was the tenacity that had always characterized them. Even though the attack still haunts her, Luna found strength in her loved one's support. For the first time, Elektra gave herself permission to think that salvation was possible. And Brooke, separating herself from the crowd, understood that although her fate with Ridge could be ruined, her future was not. The Forrester and Logan families experienced a sense of calm as midnight on Christmas Eve rolled around. Although it wasn't the ideal conclusion, it was a fresh start, an opportunity to start over, forgive, and go on. Additionally, it served as a reminder to Brooke, Luna, and Elektra that there was always hope despite pain and treachery.